But welcome. Hi, my name is Cameron. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the executive director at Pride PEI. So thank you for having me. So, what is Pride PEI? Perfect. Pride PEI, we're a nonprofit and we serve the 2S LGBTQIA plus community across Prince Edward Island, and we've been doing so for over 30 years now. The first ever Pride March on PEI was in July of 1990. So our dream is to create a world where everyone in the queer, rainbow, 2S LGBTQI plus community lives openly and authentically, free from all forms of oppression, harassment, and discrimination. Then on to the next slide. We kind of promote joy and celebration as aspects of resistance and community building. So that's where you see events like the annual Pride Festival, which is probably what most folks are familiar with us for doing. And we have a new initiative coming up that we just released, which is the Pride Festival. So that's our on the next slide, I'll kind of dive in a little bit more to what else we do. So we foster resilience and support within our community to face challenges together. And we do this through events like the Common Sense Club, which is a financial literacy club that we run in our organization. And we're going to be launching some new learning labs coming up soon for folks who are in the entrepreneurial community. We also work on building strong partnerships. This helps us enhance our impact and organizational sustainability. So we partner with a lot of different organizations, which you may have seen our name attached to in the past. So for example, Music PEI, we have a new partnership with them. Additionally, we've partnered up with Peers Alliance before and the PEI Transgender Network. And if you go to the little QR code there, you can actually read our full strategic plan, which is where a lot of this information is pulled from. And that'll give you an idea of kind of what we're looking at doing and developing over the next 3 years. So, kind of why we're all here on the next slide is how can you get involved with Pride PEI? So if all that sounds like a good time to you, which hopefully it does, we're always looking for volunteers. So one of the biggest challenges about being a festival kind of based organization is that, of course, festivals are huge and our festival keeps growing every single year. This past year, which was our 30th anniversary festival, we actually saw more events than ever. We had over the 11 days, we had 40 events. So definitely all hands on deck for our festival, which is great. And then in the winter, the Polar Pride Festival will also be looking at pulling in some folks. So we look for volunteers who are part of the community, of course, but we are also totally open to allies coming and volunteering with us. And actually, we encourage allies to use this opportunity to really show their allyship and help us out because we need all the help we can get. So I'll jump over onto the next slide and just let you know when the festival dates are, so in case you're interested. So Friday, July 25th to Sunday, August 3rd is our summertime Pride Festival with the parade on July 26th and our big Rainbow Road Party on August 2nd. I highlight those specific days because those are the days that we really need a lot of hands on deck to help out. Then we also have Polar Pride Fest, which is our newest festival, and that's over the winter. That one is March 13th to 16th, so coming right up with our biggest event being the Pride Night Market at Founders Food Hall on March 15th. You folks have a bit of the inside scoop here, actually, because not all the details have been posted yet, so you should feel so lucky. And then on the next slide, I kind of highlighted the types of volunteering that we're looking for. So we have 2 tiers of volunteers. We have our basic volunteers, which we just are folks 16 plus. And those folks I'd really just highlight are people that don't want a whole lot of responsibility, but really just want to be there to help out. This is really great for the youth in that like 16 to 19 age range who are looking at getting involved in community. And then our advanced volunteers are folks who are 19 plus and have a desire to be more involved. So maybe those would be folks that are really looking to build their resume and want to have more responsibility, more training opportunities, some things like that. So I'll quickly go over the basic volunteer kind of things that you might be doing. So you have two types of training that you would take, which is the Pride PEI training, and you'd also be taking EDI training, which is Equity, Diversity, Inclusion training. And we offer both of those, and you would need to take both of those training to be a basic volunteer. Some tasks you might have is working the welcome table or being a greeter, water stations, taking tickets, like scanning QR codes, things like that, and assisting Rainbow Road entry and assisting parade leads. Rainbow Road is a new initiative, actually, so I'll highlight what that is. It's our big road party that we have on Kent Street in Charlottetown. So we take over the whole street, so that's a pretty big event for us. The advanced volunteers, they would do the same, the Pride training and the Equity, Diversity, Inclusion training, with the addition of taking island shot training and bystander intervention training. So both of those trainings are for folks who are 19 plus, because they do deal with more of your more of those 19 plus based events. And some of the tasks might be shift lead. So those would be the folks who are checking in with the Pride staff and really guiding the venue. And they would have the most information on what's going on that day. You'd also be the shuttle lead. We offer shuttles to our events that are out of town. And so you would be leading that. Parade volunteer. So again, that one of the primary people to kind of touch on. And then the Rainbow Road entry point lead. So really all the same tasks. You would just be the person who is more inclined to kind of guide the situation there. So again, you can pre-register to be a volunteer at the QR code. And I'll hop on to the next way that you can get involved, which is you can become a board member. So if you are more interested in governance rather than kind of the day-to-day things that we do during the festivals, then we are looking for new board members every October or November. So I know that's a little ways away, but I still wanted to make sure that I highlighted it. So we have a max board number of board members of 12. Of chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, and 8 directors at maximum. So you can feel free to follow us on social media via that QR code at the bottom. And that is how we tend to find that's how we tend to share when we have new board roles that are available. So those are the two best ways to get involved with volunteering with Pride PEI. And that's the end of my little presentation. So I'm open to questions if anybody has them. So I see the question is, so our organization, our primary, who we support primarily, I see a question in the chat here. Our organization, who we support primarily, would be the 2S LGBTQIA plus community. And I know that's a good acronym. So it'd be Two Spirit, gay, lesbian, trans. So the entire queer umbrella, essentially. That's who we support as our organization. But we do, for volunteer purposes, we do have allies who are welcome to come volunteer with us as well, if that's of interest. Any other questions?
All right, it sounds like maybe not, but thank you so much, Cameron. That was fantastic. And we will throw Cameron's email in the chat as well. Yeah, there we go. So if you have any more questions or want to get involved with Pride, you can use any of the information that Cameron shared today or email her at the email in the chat. So thank you so much, Cameron.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you so much for having me.